Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. My name is Liaquat. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. Right, so if you guys are not familiar with my YouTube channel, Roots of Knowledge, check it out. Check out the videos, hit the subscribe button, and check out this video. So this video, inshallah, we are doing the second part of the Janaza. So we are going through, basically, we're trying to explain how the Janaza is actually done, right? Or not Janaza, rather in this video we are going to explain, I'm going to explain to you how the Janaza is, basically the folding or the shrouding, you can say, rather. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. My name is Liaquat. This is my YouTube channel, Roots of Knowledge. If you guys are not familiar with Roots of Knowledge, then check out my videos that I make. Check out the check out all the videos I make, and let's get on with this one then. So this one we are discussing the topic of the Janaza, the funeral, and in this video I'm going to be explaining to you guys how you do the shrouding. So this is going to be very important for those of you guys who want to learn about the shrouding process. Right, so let's crack on. So first of all, I've decided the new sort of like style of these videos. Let's look at some questions. So this is what we're going to be covering today, or this is an idea of what we are going to be covering today. How many shroud clothes should be used for a man? How many should be used for a that's supposed to be a woman, right? So how many should be used for a first one's supposed to be how to use a man. The second one's supposed to be how many should be used for a woman, and then what are the extra ones for a woman? So I do apologize, just make an adjustment there. So what are the extra ones for a woman? What's the order of the shrouds? What does it mean to tie the ends of the shroud? Who is more deserving to lead the prayer? Under what circumstances can the prayer be repeated? What time or what things must be done to the deceased body? What things must not be done to the deceased body? How should Janaza be prayed on a person who was buried without one? Now, for me, trying to read those questions, was a tongue twister there. But anyway, I think you got the idea. This is what we're going to be covering today, inshallah ta'ala. Right, so let's look at some words. Over here, there are some words. Kafana yakfinu, it means to shroud. Kafana yukaffinu means to shroud someone else. Izar is trousers. Qamis is shirt. Lifafa is the wrap, over wrap. And then you've got thobain, that means cloth, times 2. You've got laffa, yalufu, which is to fold. Lifafa, which is like we did that before. Janib means the side. Aysar means the left. Then you've got alqawhu, it means to throw over, like to get a cloth and throw it over. So throwing over. And then you've got bil ayman, the right hand side. Khafu, to fear. Yanshur, nashara yanshuru, it means to open up. Aqaduhu, to knot, to tie it. Khimar is a scarf that a woman wears. Khirqa is like a breastcloth to cover the breasts. Turbatu, it means to tie. Iqtasaru, it means to suffice. Then you've got sha'ar, hair. Sadr, chest. Lam yusarrah is to comb, beard. Dhufr, it means nails. Aqasa yaqisu, it means to plait. And then to jammara yujammiru, it means to fragrance, to use bakhur, stones to fragrance or coal. And then daraja yadraju, it means to place something inside another. Wataran is odd number. Faragu, to finish. And then you've got awla, it means more deserving. And then what other words you got here? Right, you got hadara, we've done that before. Sultan is leader. Yustahabbu, you guys should know that. Then you got hay, which means the local area. Right. Wali is the close kin. It's male, specifically male. And then dufina, it means to be buried. And hidha, it means next to or parallel to. Sadr, chest. Right, so these are some of the new words. Let's do a bit of tarkeeb now over here. So tarkeeb wise, sunnah would be the mubtada, and yukaffan ar-rajulu, all of that is fi'l, naib fa'il, and that becomes the khabar of sunnah. and then izarin, qamisin, lifafatin. You can do all of that majroor, okay. Now you can also do that all marfu as well if you have huwa hidden or here huwa izarun wa qamisun wa lifafa, or you can have mansub if you have a'ni hidden. So if you guys know this rule, put it in the comments. Alright, so اقتصروا أرادوا لف اللفافة مضاف مضاف إليه, that becomes the مفعول به. ابتدأوا فعل فاعل, جانب الأيسر صفة موصوف, ألقوه فعل فاعل, أيمن is مجرور, خافوا فعل فاعل, نشر ينشر is فعل مجهول, كفن is نائب فاعل, عقدوه فعل فاعل, تكفن المرأة فعل نائب فاعل. في خمسة أثواب, straightforward. إزار, same thing as before, إزار, قميص, خرقة, لفافة. تربط بها فعل مجهول, ثدياها is the نائب فاعل, two is dual ثديا. تصروا لا يكون, الخمار is the اسم يكون, فوق is the خبر, تحت اللفافة, and then لا يصرح فعل مجهول, شعر نائب فاعل, لحيته is the معطوف onto that, يعقص or يقص is the فعل نائب فاعل, تجمر الأكفان فعل نائب فاعل. All of these are just straightforward فعل نائب فاعلs. وترا, فرغوا, صلوا, not صلوا, okay, صلوا في الماضي. أولى is مبتدأ, and then سلطان is the خبر. إن حضر, يستحب فعل مجهول, تقديم is the نائب فاعل. Then you got ثم الولي, فإن صلى عليه غير الولي, yeah, so صلى فعل, غير الولي is فاعل, and then سلطان is عطف onto ولي مجرور. أعاد الولي فعل فاعل, صلى الولي فعل فاعل. All of these are straightforward really. I'm just putting the vowels on these, but it's like you guys should know this. If there's anything you're confused about, you can put it in the comments inshallah. دفن is فعل مجهول, نائب فاعل. لم يصلى عليه نائب فاعل. صلي على قبره إلى 3 أيام, مضاف مضاف إليه. بعده يقوم المصلي. Okay, now why is this? Tell me, why is this the one that I've circled? Why don't you say musalliyu? يقوم musalliyu. If you know, put in the comments. So do with a bit of sarf. Okay, and مضاف مضاف إليه. Right, so what is the masla then? So the masla basically, first masla is that how do you shroud a man and how do you shroud a woman? So for a man, there is 3 pieces of cloth that you need to be familiar with. So I'm just going to draw for you guys what the cloths are roughly, what they kind of look like for both the men and the women. So for the man, there is actually 3 pieces of cloth that you need to be familiar with. Okay, so if I was to draw it over here, number 1, 2, 3. The first cloth is known as the qamis. It's just basically like a poncho, like a cloth with just this like hole for the head. And the second one is what they call izar, like trousers, and the third one is the lifafa, the wrap. So qamis, izar, and lifafa, and that's it. 3 pieces of cloth for the man. For the woman, exactly the same for the woman, but with 2 extra ones. There's the breast cloth and the head cloth, yeah, the scarf. So the breast cloth is a small little cloth, known as the khirqa, and the head cloth is obviously a larger one. Okay, so how do you wrap all of this up? So first of all, what you have to do is you have to place the large one first. So before you're gonna have the deceased. So I'm gonna do a demonstration for you guys, yeah, because I'm feeling a bit generous today. So what I just didn't do. So before you place the deceased onto, you're gonna place the cloths, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay, so first of all, you place the large cloth, and then the izar, and then the qamis. So you put it in order, backwards, reverse order, according to what you're going to wrap last. So the last thing you're going to wrap is the wrap. Fold is the wrap. Then the next thing is the izar. Yeah, so you're going to put the izar on top. Now remember, the body's not going to be there, okay? This is just like, I'm going like backwards. And then the shirt. Alright? So okay, that's the shirt. So I want to show you guys. Imagine that's the shirt. And imagine the izar, let me do a different color. Imagine that's the izar, okay, underneath that. And then underneath all of that is the lifafa. Alright, so basically if I was to draw it over here, let's say, let me just make some space here, see if you guys can see my messy desk. Alright, so look at this. So imagine this is the deceased body, okay? I'll put the deceased over here. This is the deceased. And okay, first of all, what I'm going to do, I've got 3 pieces of cloth I've made. So here's the first one. And then this is the second one. Where is the second one? Find the second one. There it is. So this is the lifafa, right? This is the trousers. You put the trousers on top of there. And then on top of that, you're going to put the shirt. Now look, the shirt like this, okay? It's just like a little cloth with a hole in there. Yeah, can you see? Like a hole. Alright, so put that over there. Okay, and then you take the body. You place the body there. And then you put the head in. Okay. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to start from the left-hand side. So you're going to wrap the left-hand side, then the right-hand side. Just like in Salat when you fold your arms. Right, so left, then right. Trousers. Okay. So trousers, left. Now the trousers go up to the neck, okay. Goes up to the neck. So you can see the head. Head should be popping out. So strange trousers, I know. I don't know if any of you guys have these kind of trousers at home. Please put in the comments as well. And then the lifafa, left, then right. And that's it basically. That's the wrapping there. It looks like a bit like a wrap that you get in the fast food restaurants. Yeah, a burrito wrap. It's like that. Now that's for the male, that is. Remember, there's 3 pieces of cloth. Now for the female, all that there is for the female is you're going to have a breast cloth. So the breast cloth is going to be like a small piece of cloth. If I have one here, I have to make one. Just like a small piece of cloth. It's going to be used to wrap the, so it's like there on top of the kameez, and again left and then right. Yeah, and on top of that there's going to be the head cloth, the scarf, and that's it. Yeah, so it's 2 extra pieces of cloth. It's just basically covering the breast like a bra, and the head scarf is just like that. That, yeah. Now, if you're scared this is going to open up, what you can do is you can actually tie the ends. So you tie the ends there. You tie the end. Yeah, put some cloth there, and then it's tied. There you go. Alright, done. Alright, so let's get back to reality now. Okay. Alright, so let's have a look at this then. So the same thing goes for the man, right? So you're going to have the lifafa spread out first, and then on top of that you're going to have the trousers, and then on top of that you're going to have the shirt, right? So you slip the man into the shirt, then you wrap the trousers, then you wrap the lifafa. Right? So you know, like I showed you in the video, you basically just do all of that. So all of this is just to make it easy, really. Whatever you can do, you know, to shroud it, whatever's easy, you just do that. All right, so these are the 3 pieces of cloth for the man, and those 5 for the woman. So the breast cloth is there, and then you've got the khimar as well, which is like the head gear. Put that on top as well, and there you go. Job done. Put in the comments if you enjoyed that, if you liked the way I demonstrated it. Right, so now imagine this is the right hand side, and this is other side is the left hand side. That's basically from the left first. You wrap the left and then the right. It's like you fold your hands in salat. Okay, and there you have it. All right, so let's have a read of this then. So he says, all right, so just get the right color over here so that you guys can see. وَالسُنَّةُ أَنْ يُكَفَّنْ الرَّجُلُ. The sunnah is that a man is supposed to be shrouded in 3 pieces of cloth: izar, a kameez, and a lifafa. فَإِنْ اقْتَصَرُوا, if they were to suffice on 2 pieces of cloth, like they say they couldn't afford 3 and they only had 2, would that be okay? And 2 is fine. Yeah, so they only had izar and lifafa. And even if you had one really, and you can't afford the other two, then one would suffice. But it's best not to. Okay, so إذا أرادوا لف اللفافة, when they intend to fold the lifafa عليه upon him, ابتدأوا بالجانب الأيسر, they start with the left hand side. فألقوه, they throw it over him. ثم بالأيمن, and then the right. فإن خافوا, if they fear, and ينشر الكفن, the kafan will become opened. عنه, exposing him. عقدوه, they tie the ends. Yeah, so like I showed you in the video how you tie the ends in the demonstration. You can tie it there, you can tie it there, and it just becomes extremely like secure. That's what you want to do basically. You want to try to secure it as best as possible. Right, and that's basically what you have. Tie. Okay, وتكفن المرأة, a woman is shrouded in 5 pieces of cloth. إزار, قميص, خمار, خرقة, which is the breast cloth. تربة بها ثديها, which is used to tie her breasts. وَلِفَافَةٍ, and the lifafa, the overall wrap. فَإِنْ اقْتَصَرُوا, and if they suffice on 3 pieces of cloth, جَازَ, like let's say for example they didn't have the khirqa or the khimar, only had 3, that would be permissible. But like we said, covering is the best thing. وَيَكُونُ الْخِمَارُ, and the khimar is going to be on top of the qamis, تحت اللفافة, like I demonstrated to you guys in the demonstration. تحت اللفافة. وَيُجْعَلْ شعرها, and a hair will be placed on her chest. Right, so if you got hair, like the hair will be taken on the sides and placed onto her chest. Extra covering. So if I draw it over here, imagine this is the woman and this is her hair, sides of her hair, make into 2 bunches, and just put it on the side, cover her chest. وَلَا يُسَرَّحْ شَعْرُهَا, now do not, the deceased hair should not be combed, nor should the beard, nor should the nails be cut. وَلَا يُقَشَّ, nor should the hair be plaited. Right? Do not do any of these beautifying things. Don't do anything. These are things you're not supposed to do to the deceased. وَيُجَمَّرُ الْأَكْفَانِ, now the kafans should be fragranced, okay? And right, this is called tajmeed. You get like coal, you get this kind of fragrance, bakhur, you put it onto it and you put it near the cloth. Nowadays you can use like spray perfume or something. Okay, so qamis, 3 places, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, odd number, 3, 5, 7, whatever is convenient for you. So, فَإِذَا فَرَغُوا, when they complete this, صَلَّوْا عَلَيْهِ, they pray on it, on the deceased. And next week we're going to look at how you pray, the method of prayer. So, who is more deserving of leading the prayer? So, imagine this is the deceased. The most deserving person to lead the prayer is going to be 3 people in this particular order. Right, so the order basically is that number 1, it should be the leader of the Muslims. So if the leader of the Muslims or the leader of that city is there, him. Number 2 is the imam of the local mosque. And number 3 is the close kin, right? Son or father, brother, male kin, okay, male. They lead. أولى الناس, the more deserving person to lead the salat is the sultan, the leader, in hadara, if he's there. فإن لم يحضر, if he's not there. فيستحب, then it's mustahab. تقديم, to put forward the imam of the locality. ثم الولي, and then the wali. فإن صلى عليه غير الولي, if other than the wali was to pray and the sultan, then the wali has permission to repeat the salat a second time. So for example, like let's say there's a dead body, yeah, it's deceased, and the close kin couldn't make it, leader wasn't there, close kin, like he's far away trying to get there, couldn't make it. So someone else, some other person, friend or the family or someone, they prayed the janaza, led the janaza, and the wali wasn't there. Now if the wali comes back, what is he going to do? So he has the right to actually repeat the janaza. Nobody else has this right. Yeah, so he has the right to repeat the janaza. This is the wali. He's come in, he's found it, so now is allowed to pray a second congregation of janaza. But this is only reserved for the wali. وَإِنْ صَلَّى الْوَلِيُّ, and if the wali was to pray lam yajuz, then it's not permitted for anyone أن يصلي بعده, for them to pray on the deceased. فَإِنْ دُفِنَ, right, last masala. What if a deceased, someone died in a country and they were Muslim but no one prayed their janaza or anything like that and they buried them? What's going to happen? So if Muslims come, they're allowed to pray the janaza up to 3 days post burial. Yeah, 72 hours. Yes, فَإِنْ دُفِنَ وَلَمْ يُصَلَّ عَلَيْهِ, and janaza was not prayed upon him, عَلَى قَبْرِهِ, صُلِّ عَلَى قَبْرِهِ, janaza can be prayed on his grave, إِلَى ثَلَاثَةِ أَيَّامٍ, to 3 days, وَلَا يُصَلَّ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ, and after that it cannot be prayed. Right? Okay, actually they did say last masla, but now it's last masla. Where do you stand when you're praying the Janaza? Ideally, parallel to the chest, right? So they say that's where the Iman is. So parallel to the chest. بِحِذَاءِ صَدْرِ الْمَيِّتِ. And that's it basically, right? Imagine that's the chest. There you go. Right, so back to those questions again, where I had to correct some of those questions. Today we covered all of this today, how to shroud and how to tie and lots of things. Put in the comments if you enjoyed this lesson. I enjoyed it. It takes me a bit of time to make these videos, but I like thinking about how I'm going to make them. All right, so questions. How many shrouds, cloths or clothes should be used for a man? How many should be used for a woman? Remember, that's woman. What are the extra ones for a woman? What's the order of the shrouds? Like, what order should you put them in? What does it mean to tie the ends of the shroud? What does that mean? Who is more deserving to lead the prayer? Put that in. Under what circumstances can the prayer be repeated? What things must not be done to the deceased body? And how should Janaza be prayed on a person who was buried without Janaza? And that's it basically, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Try to answer the questions in the comments below. Thank you very much. Jazakallah khair to all my patrons. Thank you very much for all your support, all your kind donations for my channel, to help me being able to take out time and get all these different gadgets that I can use to make really good videos. And if you guys want to become patrons, if you guys like my videos and want to support my channel, please check out the description below. And thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.